Good Sunday evening, everybody, and welcome to DeWitt 3D. Thank you all for joining me. Let's see, we have the early birds in chat as usual. Brendan Wilson, 3:08 p.m. Really? Wow. That's dedication for you. Joe Velasco is next at 4:24. Thank you guys for tuning in early and for tuning in. I appreciate that. 3D Experiments, good evening. Dominic Versetto, good evening. And Zexalter 21, hey yo, hello, welcome. Thank you, everybody who is on. I'm double fisting the beverages tonight, actually triple. I've got another one over here because it's a scorcher here tonight. So I'm trying to keep myself hydrated with a few different beverages. So as we go. So we're back at it with the 2.4 build. Had to make a few switches up. I'll talk about them in a minute. We just had to make a couple changes. The apprentice is here. I am here. You are here. You are. And thank you for being here. You know what I didn't do last second is I didn't clean my glasses. I got a spot in one spot on my glasses that annoys the crap out of me. So I'm just going to give them a quick wipe so that I don't put anything in backwards and I don't miss anything. I used to wear contacts a long time ago with reading glasses, and then I stopped. I see somebody else just joined, and it's very, very fuzzy, but I think it's Stephen Poole, and hello and welcome. Thank you for popping in and joining. Let's see, how's that? Oh, that's better. Oh, that's much better. I like it. Okay, well, hopefully everybody can hear me fine. We're working on this microphone tonight. We've put the other guy away for now because I'm going to be moving a little bit back and forth. And we're going to be continuing on with some electronics tonight. We still haven't got the Hotend mounted. Oh, I still have a spot. It's very, very annoying. You ever have, those of you that wear glasses, you ever have that one spot? There we go, got rid of it. It was a little fluff or something. Even though this is my bad eye, it just, ugh. Anyways, we haven't got the Hotend on yet. We've got it all together. And we got it all ready to go, the stealth burner, yada yada. I was gifted a really cool LED to replace the one behind here, which I haven't done yet because that would mean taking a lot of it apart, and I may do it. And apparently it's called Rainbow Puke or something. It's a multicolored LED that I can program to change colors, but we'll look at that down the road. And I know that for up here, for the breakout board up here, I have to, for instance, this needs a different plug. Rainbow Barf, that's what it's called, Rainbow Barf. Thank you, Zexaltar. Pinhole Joe, welcome, thank you. Hello. Trifocals suck. Yeah, these are readers, and yeah, these ones took me a good month to get used to, but I'm used to them now. But we have to rewire this because this plug is different than the one that's going to go into the breakout board, et cetera, et cetera. So we got a little bit of wiring to do, but the wiring's boring part. I want to get some guts put onto this thing, and we can continue from there. But I did learn a valuable lesson, and if you're building a 2.4 and you're building it for the first time, pay attention to the brand. If you source your own parts, it's different. Go by the Voron manual, step by step by step. If you buy a kit, whether it be FormBot, whether it be who else is out there, or in my case LDO, make sure to pay special attention to the LDO instructions, because I did at the very beginning when we put the Z motors on, I made a little mistake, which is really easy to fix, and I'll show you that in a minute. And I also made a little mistake with the DIN rails, which was really easy to fix. And then I kept reading through, and they have some things that are quite different than the Voron manual. So you got to just be aware of who you're getting your kit from and what they're asking you to do as far as specific build parts for that kit. So without further ado, we have 12 of you guys on tonight, 3 on the Twitches and 8 on the YouTubes. Thank you very much for everybody that is here. If you have not subscribed to me on YouTube, please click the button down below here. It's free. I'm not asking for subscriptions on Twitch. I'm asking for follows on Twitch, which is also in the same sort of bottom place, and follows are free. So follows are free, subscriptions are free. I appreciate everybody's support. Thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Thumbs down if you don't like what you're seeing. Either one gets me some recognition that on YouTube saying, hey, somebody's watching you. So thumbs up or thumb down, I don't care. Be honest with it. So, okay. So let's go over here. This is the sort of the step we're at in the Voron manual. Okay, so we've gotten to the point where we put our XY switches on, our end stop switches on, and then we're getting into the electronics, which is where I have to stop. Because the first thing I did was look for the Wago parts, and I don't have Wago parts. But if we switch over to the actual Voron specific wiring guide, okay, here's the first place I went wrong. The Z-stepper orientation. I had the Z-stepper motors. I'm going to switch to this camera view here. So you can see this Z-stepper and you can see this one up here. Okay, I had the stepper motor plugs coming out towards the inside of the frame. The LDO build calls them to come out on the outside of the frame, so basically facing this way. So I had to go through and just turn all of my Z motors around, which didn't affect my belt tensions, nothing. Fortunately, double dipping on Twitch. Good for you, Joe. Thank you. Fortunately, turning these was really, really, really simple. Okay. And then the other thing on the LDO specific kit is I had my DIN rails going this way. Okay, so from left to right, whereas in the LDO build, they want you going from front to back. So minor little things like that. I could probably have made it work the other way, but if I'm going by the LDO kit, then I may as well do what they've asked. So I'm going to take a lot of water drinks tonight. So I am extremely thirsty tonight. So with that said, if we go back to this, so we've switched those motors around. We're not doing this particular tool head PCB, blah, blah, blah. We have done the other style. And so I didn't need this tool head. I have that's sort of a spare, and thank you so much again to Zixaltor21. He sent me the proper breakout tool head for the stealth burner, which is what we're doing right now. So, and that is mounted in the Hotend already. So again, these are just some of the different things that we already went over, putting in the ZN stop switch. We're not using this probe, we are using a clicky probe. And they talk about routing the LED strips here. So we haven't gotten to the LED strips right yet, but they do tell me about how to route, however you want to say it, the LED wires. So, and then again, we have a little breakout there for the LEDs. And then we have a special cover that I have printed. And that's a special cover for the LEDs so that we can run a wire up as opposed to this going straight up against the extrusion. So this came pre-wired, so I'm not worrying about that. And I have switched my power supply to the 115 volt for my area already. And here we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to prepare the controller to the way that they've asked us to prepare it here. So I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit. Did that actually zoom in on my drawing? I think it did. Whoops. Let's go way up, way up, way up, because my eyes are not the best. Now, that did not zoom in. All that did was zoom in my text. How can I, on my Mac, I can just easily zoom in on stuff just by double clicking on my screen. But on this, I'm wondering if I click on that. No, I'll just have to, maybe if I pull my monitor just a hair closer to me. There we go. I'll be able to see that a little better. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to grab the controller board, which we have right here. Now, in the Voron manual, they say pull all your pins out and then put them back in this order. On the LDO manual here, they are saying prepare the board as you see it in the picture. So what we're going to do is we'll do that. I'm going to see if I can't get this other camera down here so you guys can get a good view of what I'm doing. Right here, kind of. I can probably get this so it's a little more over top of the controller board. Here we go. And a little bit of light. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, and I think it's even focused. Look at that. So, first thing we're going to do, we got some tweezers. And I need, fortunately, they color the pins green in there. So on all the steppers, hang on, I got one message I just have to take a quick peek at. It's the missus. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so first thing we got to do is on the steppers, we're going to take all of the pins out except the second one in. So, if we, what I'll do here is I will share over. I've been good, Paul Cumber. How are you? Zexaltor says he is reprinting his Voron 2.4, upgrading the Ender printed parts to self-printed printer parts. Perfect. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. If I add display and I move this up there, you guys can kind of see, and I can actually make this bigger and move it over. And then if I'm not mistaken, if I hit the control key, no, it's not the controller, is it shift control? Oh, there's one key that I can hit to make that thing. There it is. And then you guys can kind of, there we go. Then you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. There you go. So anything in green is staying. So the second pin in, so what I'm going to do is pull out all the other pins, ideally. Actually, I may have a little better luck pulling them with these tiny little needle nose guys. There we go, 1, 2, and then we're going to pull the first one. There we go. So like on this one here, we're just leaving right there. You can see we're just leaving the second pin, and it's black. It's hard to see, but that's the second pin. And that puts it into, I believe, what is called UART mode. Let's see, installing, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll just continue. I don't want to bend anything. Oh, look at that. That pulled 2 out at once. And then the number 1. Okay, this shouldn't take too long. Ideal. I haven't put any music on. I have put in a request with StreamYard and their suggestion or whatever. I was live on Mel's show last week, and I put in a request. It's great that they let us add our own music in StreamYard now, but one thing you can't do in StreamYard, there's no shuffle option. So you can import, numbers of songs. It's hard to find 2 and 3 hour long songs, or even an hour long for streams. So I've said, why don't you guys put a shuffle button in there? I mentioned that on her stream, and she said, that's a great idea. Just put in a request with their support. So I did. So we'll see whether they respond to them or not. But I think a shuffle button on the StreamYard music portion is a great idea. Okay, there we go. So we have all the stepper driver pins all out. I even took the last one out, even though we don't use that one, but the picture shows it coming out, so we took it out. Now, next one is this pin comes right off, this guy right here. And then it looks like this pin back here, right there, we're going to move that over to the first position. I believe that is a voltage setting pin. One of these are, or no, it's probably that orange one there that's going to be setting the voltage. So we will pull this guy up. Come on. Tweezers, it's a little harder with tweezers. There we go, and we're going to put him on the first set of pins here, like the diagram. So just, we went from here to here. Now, and it looks like that's basically everything I need to do. We have the fan pins. They're all set in the front one, which I believe is 24 volt. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what those pins indicate. One really cool thing is they have already pre-painted, unless this board comes like this, LDO has gone and pre-painted with red, as you can see, the positive terminals, so that you really can't mix them up. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, what else? I think that's it. Okay, then they talk about, as we move along, again, installing the DIN rails. Okay, and the DIN rails are installed front to back. Okay, which is what we've done. Now, I have not put the stepper drivers in at this point in time, and I don't think that they've asked me to, but I need to. Let me see. I saw somewhere in here about when to put the stepper drivers in, so let's go back to this full display here. So we just did all the pins. Do they say optional but highly recommended? Mark the terminals on the PCB in a photo below was marked red marker, which they've done for us. So, and then the DIN rails I have already done. Okay, and then we're talking about general placement of everything. So they give you kind of a general placement of everything in here. But I think before I get there, I'm going to just pop in the, let me see what my overhead camera looks like here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead here while I've got the board out, and we'll pop in our steppers. Let's just do that while I got this out. We got 7 of them. Now, I believe these are, there's only one way these can be oriented. Let's see, now that we've got the pins all right. There we go. Oh, okay. And each little one comes with a little jumper. Look at that, which I believe we don't need. Now the red, and again, this is not, it's not really easy to mess this up because you have, if I get over to the close-up camera here, you have red, L-shaped red on your board, and you have an L-shaped red on your stepper driver. So it is really, really difficult to mess that up. That simply just pops on, just like so. So you can't really mess these up. But hey, this is DeWitt 3D. I don't say can't on this channel. Because if there's a way to do it, I can. Okay, so we'll just pop these guys in. So let's open the next one here. This may be a little bit, let's get this up a little higher. There we go. Comes with a little diagram telling you what each pin is. And of course the little heat sink, which we'll pop on later. Okay, number 2. Being careful not to bend any pins. You can do this. I can do this, apprentice. Which stepper drivers? These are, I believe, are 2209s. Yeah, they are TMC 2209 version 1.2. And not that I'm that smart that I can look at a stepper driver and say, gee, that's a 2209 version 1.2. But I just read, and if you look right down, very close to the bottom, right. Oh, come on, focus. Right there, 2209 version 1.2. There we go. Number 3. Those heat sinks are so cute. 4. There we go. 5. Hang on, I think it's that time of the night, guys. Hang on one second. Okay, patience, Ethan, 1 second. This stepper driver can wait. We have a special guest. Ready? Right there. And speak.
Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye.
There we go. Okay. Bye, Waylon. Bye, Ethan. Loves to do that. I just realized I said to him, speak. He's not a dog, but you know, I kind of have to cue him when to talk. So there we go. I'm gonna grab a drink here. Ah, well, I just realized here I'm putting the board together, and there we go, and I should have that picture of the board up in the top left-hand side for you. There we go. Okay, that's number 5. We have 2 more to go. These are the boring but important parts of a build. Without stepper drivers, well, you just don't have any stepper. You just won't drive. Zolan, thank you so much for the raid. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome to DeWitt 3D here on this fine Sunday night. We are continuing the build of the Voron 2.4r2. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that raid, Zolan. Awesomeness. I am just in the middle of kind of starting the electronic version of the Voron 2.4. This is DeWitt 3D Canada. I do printer builds, I do modifications, I screw up a lot. You learn how not to make mistakes from watching my channel. And Zolan, you rated with like 12 viewers. Much appreciated. Thank you so, so much. Me screw up? No way. That's right, Justin. I never screw up, do I? So right now we are prepping our Big Tree Tech Octopus board. I'm just putting the stepper drivers in. I've already set all the jumpers, and now I'm just putting the stepper drivers in. John D. Strand, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Time to go get a resin print going in the middle of part afterburner hot end for the Voron 01. Your test print looks like styrofoam. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. That's why it's a test print. So it'll get better. It will get better. Now, is it just me, or do these pins always seem to get tighter and tighter together as you go farther down the line? So, again, thank you so much, Zolan, for the raid. That is much appreciated. Much appreciated. And you brought along Kit Skyfire, I see that, and Justin, and John Strand. I'm probably a bunch more too. Old Curmudgeon was over there. Look at that. That is awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. We'll go back to the close-up camera. We're going to put this is the second last stepper driver, and it seems very tight, but I should be able to, oh, that's a very tight fit. So I'm going to pull this one out, and I'm going to start from the end and work my way back, and then we'll squeeze that last one in here, right in. There's one more to go here, and we're not populating the 8th one because we're not using the 8th stepper. So we're just using 7. So we have an AB motor, we have a 4Z motors, and we have an extruder motor, hence the 7 steppers. Okay, let's see if I can squeeze this guy in the last slot. Maybe I have to just kind of, oh, that is a very tight fit. Okay, let's pull this guy. Let's get him. It seems that this one is leaning a bit into this one's territory. So there we go. Now we got you in, and there we go. And last one. Going in on a bit of an angle. Get in, there we go. Got it. They are a tight fit, but they're in. Hey, Dan, welcome. Hi, Dan. And Hutchmaker Space, hello, hello. Reach out to BTT and get you a Manta M8P. It's an amazing board. I shall do that. That's why God gave us rubber. You want me to use a rubber mallet to hit these in? Yeah, come on, go for it. These top pins aren't that important anyways, are they? No. Okay, and we'll just, let's just stick on some heat sinks real quick here. I need tweezers to get the little things off the heat sinks. I got nails, but man, these are, come on. There we go. I don't think it matters which way these go, but I want to make them face so they look the cool way. So we'll make them face this way. There's one. Okay. There we are. 7 heat sinks, and then we'll have a much better camera view, I promise. Then we'll start placing stuff on the actual back of the printer DIN rails. Two. Now, I don't think I need to adjust voltages on these steppers because it's not a step required. I think it's all preset, so it's not like I'm buying third-party steppers. And if it doesn't come up in the manual, I generally don't worry about it. Oh, that one's a little off center. Oh well, sue me. Hey, Robin, ENC 954, welcome. How are you tonight? How is everybody's Sunday doing? How's everybody's weekend been? Remember, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, I would love you to subscribe. It is free. And if you're not following me on Twitch, that is free as well. That is free as the wind. It's free as the bird. Free as a bear. I'm doing great, Dan. Thank you. Yeah. And remember, thumbs up, thumbs down, like button, dislike button, hit one or the other. All counts in the YouTube algorithms. It says, hey, somebody watched you. They didn't like you, but they watched you, and I'm fine with that. Okay. There we go. We have the Big Tree Tech Octopus all set up. I will just look at this diagram over on this screen and double check that I've done everything. Okay, I got that pin in place underneath the steppers to put it in UART mode. All the fan voltage pins are set correctly. The one on the left is set, and I have removed that one pin in the middle, which I don't know exactly what that pin was for, but hey, I don't claim to know all about these boards, but who does? So another time for another drink. Printing a part for your V0 build for XY joints, you get 2 left parts instead of a left and a right. I'll tell you, in my V0 builds and in this build, especially in this one, there's so many parts to print. You wouldn't believe the duplicates I've got. So, okay, next, if we scroll on down, so we have already switched the DIN rails so they are in the proper position. And then I realized too, hey, there's covers for the DIN rails, and I found them and put them on. And now we are going to, okay, I'm just going to read the instructions here real quick. We'll cut the wire ducts, bottom ducts approximately 20. Okay, I've already pre-cut those ducts, but I'm not sure if I got them the right length. We'll see. Make sure to install the front LCD module first before placing the bottom duct. I have not printed the front LCD module, so I can't do that, but we'll estimate that. Adjust the DIN rails as needed so there's enough space to fit in the bottom duct. Okay. So they want the top duct in first, or in other words, the front of the printer where the LCD mount's going to go. Install the top duct next. It should be placed just above the top ends of the DIN rails. Electronic components are shown in the picture below. Make sure to place the SSR as close to the top end of the DIN rail as possible. Fair enough. And place the UK25N terminals close to the SSR. Yes. Refer to UK5N terminal guide for installation. Okay. The orientation of the SSR is critical. Please pay close attention to the numbers and positions on the LED light. The positioning and other components is not as critical as they can be adjusted as needed later on. Install the left, right, and center ducts last. The position of these is not too important, except that you should make sure there is about 2 centimeters of spacing between the controller board and the left and center ducts. Okay, fair enough. So I'm going to grab the... let's go to this camera here. Let's grab the SSR and see what they're talking about here. So we have the LED, which is on the left-hand side here. They want that to be on the left-hand side. And the AC side is over here. And the DC side is over here. And that's fair enough. So now if we scroll down a bit more here, that's the general layout. Okay, so that's the back of the printer with this hole here. I believe that is the back. Yes, it is. And so the SSR is going up on this side, very close to the back. Okay, so I'm going to switch to this camera so you guys can get a good view of this one. There we go. So here's the back panel. And then I've got that picture in the lower left that you can kind of see. I don't know if it's critical to see me in this image or not. So why don't I just move myself maybe up here. Like that. And then let's make this one a little bit bigger so you can kind of see. And we'll just make this one a little bit bigger. There you go. And you can kind of see where we're going to place everything here. There we go. So they want this guy placed up top here. So this just basically has, this particular one has a spring that we're going to hook on. So we clip it on, we'll pull the spring, and they want it as close to that top of that as possible. So right about there. Now we have these ducts. Where did I put my ducts? Right here. Okay. I kind of cheated. I have a couple that are bigger too. So let's get these wires down out of the way. So we need one of these ducts right up top. I call these raceways. These are cable raceways, basically, is the official name for them. So we want one in between here. Now I do know that we have, see, they're showing the electronic, the on-off switch already put in place up here. So maybe I should just do that real quick. I have that all set up from previous stream right here. And this is going to go in position just like so. Right on, oops, right onto there. That's a good idea to have that there actually so that I can, and I'm wondering if I'm going to need to lower these DIN rails a little bit in order to fit this in there as well as this. Although that shows it falling under that in the picture, but I might just lower these DIN rails a little bit. Panduit. Is that what you call it, a panduit? So, let's loosen this off. Let's lower this DIN rail. Then we got to worry about, we got another one that's going across the bottom. So I want to make sure I don't squeeze that one too tight. So that one's okay there. So probably right about there. And we've asked, and as they say, they want this as close to the top as possible. So that's right at the top. And so we'll lower this guy a little bit now to kind of equal that one. And that's as low as I can go on that one. So that's as low as we're going to go. There we go. Okay. Brand name. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's get out some VHB tape. Oh, this stuff's too big. Where's the VHB tape that came with the kit? I have all kinds of tape. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. I have wide and I have narrow. So I'm just going to switch to this guy right here. So we're just going to take these guys, which I call speedways. Old Curmudgeon says their pan name is Panduit. Panduit. So, which is fine. And I believe this one I decided was going to fit across the bottom just fine, and it is. So I'm going to VHB tape these two guys up. And this stuff is extremely tacky, extremely tacky. I think one piece is going to be plenty on these. Okay, there, along there, and we shall snip this guy right here. Okay, piece along here. Now the other thing that I did differently, again, by not reading the complete LDO instructions and making a few assumptions, and we should never make assumptions, and we all know why. Okay. 30 people watching. Thank you so much, everybody who's tuned in. Okay, so let's peel off this VHB. This is always fun, getting this liner off of VHB tape, but I've done this a lot in the sign business, and I kind of get a nice little method of how I do it, and it usually works pretty good. And there we go. Got it. Okay, so the short little guy, we're going to put along the top. We will, looks like it just goes right even with the DIN rails and kind of centered in between these two folks here. So probably right about there looks good to me. Okay, there's the top one. We can pull off the cover. And the bottom one, kind of a similar thing. We're just going to butt it up against the DIN rails. So let's pull the cover off here. It looks like the bottom one in the picture is right up against the DIN rails as well. Centered between the two motors. Just about like that. So there we go there. Okay. Now, is it just me, or is that picture bright enough for anybody? That's too many people. Everyone go away. Stop it, Justin. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You printed your channel ducks, didn't feel like spending money. There we go. That'll work too. And now somebody's gone away. Thanks, Justin. Okay, is that bright enough? Can you guys see this? On my screen it looks dark, but I think it's bright enough. I can always add an extra light if need be. Let me see if let me do that, because to me it looks a little dark on the screen. Let me do that. Let me plug this little guy in. I like to keep you guys all happy and make sure you have a nice picture. And there we go. That brightens it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, awesome. Okay, so if we keep going now, so it talks about these UK25 terminal. Let me go to that UK25K terminal guide. Okay, so they just snap in like anything else does. Earth terminals, installing and removing them, and then we have the earth terminals, and then we screw these things in to join the terminals together. And then we have covers and end blocks. And end blocks can be used on either side to prevent any movement. Okay, that's what those were for. I was wondering what those end blocks were for. Okay, so let's go back. And so these are the parts right here. These guys right here. So we'll go to the overhead camera here again. So these are the guys they're talking about right here. There we go. Right here. There's the screws to hold them in place. Dump a few of those out, and I will admit I did open these and play with them a little bit yesterday just to get used to them, but it makes sense. I didn't know what these were, but now I know what these are. These are to lock them in, which is really cool. And they don't show them locking them in the image, so it looks like we butt up right against the SSR, and these are the grounding ones. So they go green, yellow, green, yellow. Now those colors are also, I have to say, those are Jamaican colors, green and yellow. Look at that. So Maria, if you're watching, there's a little bit of Jamaica in this printer. So, and these things should snap on in a pretty simple way where we just go, you hook on one side and push over. Maybe. Am I lying? It should be so easy. Okay, let me see what it said about these ones. These ones, the other ones are simple to go on. This one here, special type of terminal for earth ground connections that are half yellow, half green in color. When mounted, these terminals directly ground the DIN rails. Perfect. And anything that comes in contact with the DIN rails. Okay. Okay, by turning the middle screw, one of the metal feet in the terminal will loosen or tighten up. Oh, okay. Good thing I didn't force it. Okay. Okay, so they're saying there's a middle screw. I need a little screwdriver. Okay. And this one should do. Okay. Jason's here? Who's Jason? Which Jason? Did I miss something? Polymate is here. Jason, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Who else snuck in that I haven't seen? So we loosen this terminal in the middle. Come on, loosen it or tighten it? Loosen it. Oh, and that opens that up. I see. Okay. So we loosen that up. Then we go ahead and we put it on the rail. Guess we got to loosen it up a bit more. Oh, I see. This isn't a simple snap-on just because of the fact that it grounds everything too. How loose do we have to go? There we go. And then we can get in there. Okay, so we're going to butt that right up against the SSR like they show in the image. And then it tightens right to the rail. Look at that. Okay, nice and snug. Stone Monkey Research. I did not see you, Stone Monkey Research. Hello and welcome. Thank you. I'm watching my build and don't necessarily see everybody that comes into chat. So thank you for saying something. Okay, next one, same way. So we have green up top, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow. Okay. Like so. And then we'll tighten this one in. So those are our two grounding terminals. And they're metal that grip onto the DINs. So this is going to in turn make the DINs grounded items. So pretty cool. Okay, then we have two blues. And with the blues, we have an end cap on the bottom side of the blues. Okay, so there are bare metal showing in here, which is sort of where our terminal screws are. And so basically what I've done is covered the bare metal with an end cap. And these guys are just going to go on. Oops, did I do them? It doesn't matter which side they clip on. They're going to clip on over here and they just snap into place like so. Okay, and then we have two reds. And same idea. I'll put an end cap on the red, making sure that I cover the bare terminals here so that we don't have any shorts going on. And they will simply click on like so as well. Now we have these little guys which I have to cut. So we're going to cut two off of each, and they're going to go in between the blue and the red, and they basically just hold them all together and hold them as one nice little hunk. So I need to grab my little side cutters. You came in with a Zolon. Oh, okay, thank you, perfect. Hey, Coley05, hello, welcome. So we're just going to take this, and we're just going to cut a piece off of this. Let's bend that open a bit. This is pretty flexible stuff. And I don't know, I'm sure this is the way it's got to be, because you can't span the little protector in between, so these have to go in here. So I just got to cut this apart so I have two strips of 2 here. Pretty simple to do. Well, I say it's simple, but hey, there we go. There's one, and I'll just get a second one here. So bend that at the right spot. And we'll just cut that off right there. We'll attempt to. There we go. Okay, and I'll cut that little, just cut this little sticky outy nippy part here. There we go. I don't know where that went. Over the far side of the room somewhere. I'm sure I'll step on it one day. And the same with that piece right there. Okay, so this is going to kind of slide in like that. This one's going to slide in, whoops, up on this top one. And then we're going to take, I need a little different bit on my screwdriver here. Let's see. Where are my Phillips bits? This one should work. And then we're going to secure those in with these little screws. One. Two. Okay. And that just locks the red ones together, and we're going to lock the blue ones together. Red is our hot, blue is our common, and green is our ground. Or green, yellow is our ground. I believe red is the hot. But that's just supposed to help it easy to do the wiring and matching with the wires of all the mains and everything. So there's that. And then this is a locking piece. So this goes on here. Oh, I guess I have to loosen it. Loosen that off. Loosen this off. There we go. That lets me slip this in here. We'll come up there, and we will just use this to lock everything in place so nothing slips down. There we go, and that won't move. That's not going to budge. There we go. So there's our wire terminals. Yay! We even have some spare parts. Wouldn't be an LDO kit if there wasn't spare parts. There we go. Okay. Time for a little drink. Okay. Now, looking at this, we're going to place the power supply down below where we just did everything there. So we have the power supply, we have the feet on it already. So we should just be able to, in a perfect world, just go like, yo, why is that too tall? Like, yo, and click it in. There we go. And down towards right about there. That looks good. Okay, power supply. Power. I've got a little. I may take that out if that's going to interfere with cables coming, because they don't show this locking device in the instructions. I put it in there because that's what it's for. If I find it interferes with the wiring, I'll just pop that off. So, because gravity is not going to work against me on this, because of course this will all be lying flat. So there we go. And then the next one we have is the Raspberry Pi. See, now here's where it gets interesting. So over on the, we're gonna share this a little bit, show you a mistake I made. And I could possibly still use it, but I don't think I need to. Over on the Voron manual, when you come along, one of the first things it talks about is the 5-volt power supply. I said, oh crap, they didn't give me a 5-volt power supply. So what did I do? I went and ordered a 5-volt power supply. Now, fortunately, they're not expensive at all. They are actually dirt cheap. But turns out I didn't need one because they are powering the Pi through the main board. So I may not need it, but I can always use it for something else. But we're just going to go, we're going to go with the LDO instructions. So that's what we're going to do, just because. Okay, so the Pi, which is right here. Okay, or right here, depending on where you want to look. That goes with all the USB ports and everything towards this side. Now, I haven't put that middle rail in yet because I want to make sure of the space I'm going to have. So the Pi just basically pops on like this. And that's a really tight piece that printed. And come on. There, just like that. So it kind of sits a little bit above here, but not that bad. Now is the middle one. We still got to fit a middle rail in here, and I think I've made this too long. I have, because that's got to kind of see, and there's going to be plugs that sit in there, but that's going to actually sit in behind. So let's cut this down right now, this piece. So I need to cut that off by about, right there. So right where my finger is. So let's just cut this piece off a bit here. So I just use side snips for this. Cut up that side, cut up this side, and then and this stuff just really breaks real easy. So there we go. And then we will measure up the cap. Let's put the cap on this. And we'll cut the cap the appropriate length as well, which is right about there. And right there. And again, it just falls apart real easy. Pretty easy to cut this stuff. Okay, we'll throw some tape on here. You have a dead probe. The clicky install will be happening maybe tomorrow night if you stream, and not Tuesday for sure. If not. Okay, cool. Okay, and get some tape on here. There we go. Come on, come on. There we go. And you are going to sit pretty right in, kind of closer to the power supply than not, but right about there. There we go. And I cheated. I have, and I'm hoping they're going to work. I have larger ones for the sides, just because the cables fit in them a little more comfortable, and I think they'll work. Pretty sure they will. Now, the one thing I didn't allow for on the front, I got lots of room for the display. I'm not worried about the display down here. I'm sure that's going to work. And if I have to make room for the display after, because I hadn't printed the display, but if you kind of look at the way this piece fits, the display is going to fit fine in there. Yeah, because it's going to, oh yeah, there'll be plenty of room in there for it. Not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so we got the Pi, and then we need the control board, which is right on my desk here. And we're having the power outlets up top, and it comes pretty close to the Pi, and it can come on and go like this, and being very careful. Come on, get in there. I don't want to snap anything on the board. Huh, that's just a tight fit. Just got to stretch that out a bit. Okay. So it's got these little clips on it. Those are the clips you print and you attach to it, and you attach the board to the doomer thing piece, and then the doomer thing piece attaches to the thingamadoomer piece. You like my terminology? Just have to get it to click in. Just almost there. All you got to do is move just a smidgen, and you'll be clicked in. Come on. Don't be shy. I just don't want to damage the board. I don't care if I crack a piece. A printed part. I don't want to damage the board. Let me kind of help this in if I can. Huh. It doesn't want to click in. Let me have a look at something. This is the same idea, and it should just click in like that. Okay, so they fit. Yeah, it's just really tight. Hammer time. No, what's with you and the hammers? You guys and the hammers. It'll go. I'm just paranoid of pushing too hard. And plus I'm on, so what I may end up doing, what I'm going to do here, I'm paranoid of damaging the board. So rather than chance damaging a octopus board, you just saw the top of my head there, look at that, need a shave. I'm going to pop off the mounts. Okay, and just see. So here's where we're at. The board mounts to the gold pieces here. So this should just come on like that and push on right there. See how it just pushed on. So rather than, and I had to put a little bit of force. So rather than chance damaging the board, I'm going to put them on and then I'm going to mount the board. I would rather take an extra 2 minutes here than push and crack or break something on the main board. Because then if something doesn't work, I'll say, oh crap, I wish I would have taken that extra 2 minutes. So now, again, without the board on, I can come on here, I can put this, and I can actually put some good pressure, and there it is. So now I can easily just space these. This one can come down like so. And that's going to go right there. And then this one, I can actually adjust as I go. So there we go. Playing it safe. Come on. And I just broke the piece. That's okay, I can fix it. There we go. We need a little bit of music, a little bit of tunes, maybe not. Okay. And last one, there we go. There we go. Come on, get in the hole. There we go. Board's mounted, main board. Okay. And last, so even if I wanted to use, in this configuration, even if I wanted to use a 5-volt power supply, there's not really any room. I could always stick it off to the side somewhere. It doesn't go here, but we're just going to do this because the whole thing, the Pi is powered by the board. So we're going to go with that for now. We'll have a spare power supply. So the last piece to go on is the breakout board for the hot end. And the breakout board for the hot end, I have prepared. I did a little bit of the boring stuff in advance. So the breakout board on the hot end, as you will see here on this beautiful camera view, that's the board there. It basically has a DIN rail mount there, and the DIN rail mount is mounted to the black plastic piece, which is mounted to the breakout board. So, yeah. And so that just clips in, and we got the one plug facing that way, so that clips in like there, and come on, don't be so tough again. There, just like that. And that sits, it looks like, right up around the top. So I can probably bring this main board up a little higher. There we go. There we go. There's everything mounted back here. And now I believe, and then there's that other, that's the, that is the breakout board for the hot end for the, it's the non-stealth burner one. So I don't need this one. Before you forget, there's one wire that's different when using the stealth burner PCB. You'll send a link to the page on it. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I don't know if we'll get to that, but that's good. Good to know. Thanks, Zixelter. Okay, drinky poo time. Okay. Now, I think I do have room for these. I'm sure I can get away with these larger ones. So we'll stick that there. I think I'm going to cut these just a hair shorter. We have one that can go there, and the other one can go here. But I think I'm going to cut them just one. I think I'm going to cut them one thing shorter. And then we'll use these on the side, and that way I do have the smaller ones, but this just gives a little bit more wiggle room, in my opinion. So let's just snip these down one more extra on the side, just to give myself some play. I don't want them too tight to the motors. And, you know, for plastic, it seems very difficult to break. There we go. And you may as well watch me struggle here with this instead of staring at a blank board there. I think I need some sharper side cutters. These are not your typical 3D printer side cutters. These are actually pretty decent side cutters, but and then we got to take off about that much on this and about that much. But this little raceway is thicker than the littler ones. There we go. And look at that. Good guess. Everything lines up nicely. Thank you, Dominic. And everything's square. Where's Jason Morris? Where is he? I want to show him that everything's square in here. Unlike my rat rig, where there's one piece in the rat rig that was askew. Anybody who watched my rat rig video will know exactly which piece it is. It's a piece that's actually not going in this one. Cut that. Cut that. This is tough. This is really tough stuff. Hey, Jerry. Welcome. Thanks for popping in, my man. Come on. There we go. There we go. And length, beep, 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 boop, about there. Usually pretty good at eyeballing this stuff, but you never know. And we'll just help it along there. Oh, where'd that go? That went up near my PC. Okay, perfect. Now we'll break out the wider VHB tape for the wider DIN rails. DIN rails, Jason. Oh, there you are. I knew you were lurking. Here, have a look while I'm cutting this tape. Have a look. Go ahead, criticize something. Look how straight everything is. You could take a not a level. You could take a whatever you want to use to measure, and you know they're pretty straight. I couldn't bring it to myself to purposely, otherwise or not, make a crooked piece in here. Just couldn't do it. Not on a Voron. I mean, come on. There we go. Perfect. Just got your filament dryer video posted. Cool. I want to watch that. I need to get a good single roll filament dryer. The one I got is that old Sunlu that's got all the controversy, yada, yada, yada. Oh man, my knife just got soaked from the puddle from my drink cup sweating. Okay, here's one of them. Okay, so this is going to go kind of it comes kind of closest to the power supply, but I think if we go right about and make sure I get it straight, or Jason will never let me hear the end of it. Look at that. See, criticize. Go ahead. Tell me it's not straight. And then the next one. Is we're going to go right about now. This one could be there. Oh, it's not going to interfere with these too much at all. Good, good. They're a little taller, so I thought it might interfere with these inlets here, but it's not. It's good. And they've even painted, I don't know if they did these red as well. I just like that so that you know which ones are positive. So they got little paint. I don't know whether they did that at Big Tree Tech or LDO. I think LDO would have done that. That's awesome. Anyways, little touches like that I like about these kits. So there we go. There's everything mounted on the back. And I wish it could I wish it was wireless and it could just stay looking this pretty. But now we got to ugly it up. We have to ugly it up with a bunch of wires eventually. So, which is a shame. I'm pushing aside some of the parts I don't need. All those, I have so many extra, those pins from the main board. Probably never need them, but I don't want to throw them out. Okay, time for a drink. Let's take a drink out of this cup. You need a 350 millimeter, do you, Dan? The filler dryer needs USB fan inside to work as an acceptable level, yeah. I could put a fan inside the one I've got and it would probably be not bad, but we'll see. Okay, so what I want to do now, LDO did that after sponsoring and watching Steve Bills do their beta kit. Cool. Oh, that's very cool, Zenbender. Yeah, I think it's a great little touch. That way, it's really difficult to screw it up. That's an excellent touch, actually. A lot of companies could learn from that. Anyways, I bet you'll see that coming out in more kits too. Okay, I'm gonna put in the power outlet up here first, because that's already been put in all these things. So I'm going to switch back over to the, where is it? There it is, the Voron build. Because yeah, in this build, they've gone ahead and put the on-off switch and the powered outlet on. So we're going to do that. So we need some M38s. Oh, I got to put some heat presses in those first though. So let's do that. And it's still kind of electronics associated. Come on. Let's just get this heated up real quick. Make sure this is tight. And we'll power that up a bit. So this needs, oh, I put that thing in already. Why did I do that? I can get away with that one. Don't forget to install the doomer. BTT thinks it's good enough to screen print the board even if it's on the back side. When you have it installed, you cannot see it. That's true. Yep. Doomer. What's the doomer? Jason. Now, I can see Jason sitting back in his chair, just going and smirking, and he's going to make me wonder what the heck a doomer is. What's a doomer? I don't know whether to trust him or not. Where do the heat insets go in this thing? Somewhere it told me. Right there. Okay. Come on, Jason. What's a doomer? Everything is a doomer. Ah! Oh, don't forget. Oh, I see what you're saying. Don't forget something. Yeah. So I'm installing some doomers right here. Okay, so I need a doomer on the bottom here. Okay, so we'll put a doomer in here. But I gotta raise up my thinger. Come on, loosen. Is that as high as you're gonna go? You're gonna fit? Oh yeah, you'll fit. You'll just fit. Let's get that heat inset in. Oh, that's a little too far, but that should be okay. And we're not putting them on the inside because we don't need it, but we're going to put the two on this. Now I've gone ahead like a doofus, but I can actually just steal something, put it down here, and use this to solidify this. There we go. So we need two heat insets on this one. And these are going to be for holding those fancy gold parts in when we get to that step. Okay, just got to move this out a bit. This way. Hey, Q. Hello, 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 Q. Come on. There we go. Heat inset city. That's another reason I want to build the heat inset like Vector 3D. It's more. This is kind of bulky. This works. This works great. It's just a little bulky. But the one Vector 3D did is great. So I'm gonna definitely design one after that. Design it based on his. And there we go. Cool. And that's it for now. Put that aside for now. Okay. Cool. And then, so now that we have that part, I need M3x8s and 2 M3 T-nuts. Let's grab these. Two M3x8s and M3 T-nuts. Actually, I'm a little organized here right now. You'd be surprised. You notice how fast I can find these parts now. I've got them sorted by size. I think that's the fastest I've ever found nuts. Okay, I'm not going there. And then I need my hex keys. I think this is greeny. Yeah, it's light green. There we go. Okay, we're going to put we'll put our T-nuts up here. Oh, that's tight. Those are tight nuts. Those M3s. Is that an M3? It looks so small. No, that's the right size. And then the other one. Oh man, that one is stupid tight. Anyways, let's line these up. So that's going to go that way. So these have got to go one right here. And the other one, which is really stupid tight. Oh, that doesn't even want to move. Right there. Okay. So we can go ahead and switch to this camera. There we go. So we're going to pop this on here. Okay. And let's hope the other one lined up. Turn off or unplug for safety. It's turned off. I can unplug it as well. I don't need it again right now, so let's unplug it and put it back down on the floor. Good point, Jerry. I can see myself reaching over and burning my arm on something if I don't move it. So, although that might have just cost me some views by moving it out of the way and making sure I don't burn myself, but that's all right. That's all right. Okay, so there we are. So that's that. And then in future, if I'm not mistaken, just so you can see where this all goes. Oh, they're not in there. Somewhere. There they are. I believe in future that this will end up screwing in there like that as a decorative piece. Anyways, that's down the road a little bit yet. So there we go. Okay. Okay, so we got that on. We got this guy on here. Why does the camera, did this camera move or is it just me? It seems further away. I must have moved it out of the way for some reason. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got this guy on up here. We got this up here. So now we're going to go back to the LDO manual right here. So safety takes the adventure. It does. Yeah, I know. Doesn't it, Dominic? Okay. Connecting the steppers. I think so. We're at this stage here. We're all done here. Now we're going to connect the steppers. Okay. Whoa. We get to actually do some wiring. Okay. So stepper wires. I have a whole slew of stepper wires right here that came with the LDO kit. So let's get these all sorted. I think, oh no, they're not all the same length. Of course they're not. So let's just kind of get these organized. So there's one. Come on. There's one. There's two. These the same length. They are the same length. There's three. This one's got a different plug. Well, we're going to go with it. That's long. Oh, I see, because the motor actually, this one, okay, I think I know. I don't know. Anyways, that's there. So there's two of them like this that have the different plugs. I'm going to assume these are the AB motors. Since there is only two AB motors, or an A and a B motor. We'll not assume anything though. We'll put that aside. And then all these seem to be, these four are the Z motors, and they're all the same length. Look at that. Do I have the best camera placement? Thank you so much. Well, this one's not a good placement. This is just me. And I need more water. I'm so thirsty tonight. But we'll go back to this one. It's the advantage of having a few cameras too. And these little cameras right here are great cameras. Okay, so let's go Z1. We have a pink Z1. So let's go ahead and grab one of the Z wires. So they have, see, and that's the LDO has these plugs coming out this side versus I had them coming out inside. So we'll plug in Z1. Make sure I get it the right way. Is this? No, this isn't the right one. Oh, this is the wrong end. I had the wrong end. Duh. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Okay, this is just a little bit of a bend here. Come on. There we go. Okay, Z1, and then we come down. We come basically over here. We come in here. We come down this channel. We come down, and we come underneath the power supply. Then we come up the middle. And then we plug in, what number? 1, 2, skip 1, 3, 4. The fifth plug. So 1, 2, skip 1, 3, 4. So the fifth one. Motor 3. Okay. So we'll plug in motor 3. There. And then we can kind of, you know, get the excess wire sort of tucked away. Like so. There we go. Hey, first one. Woohoo! We're there. We're getting there. Look at that. Okay. Z2. Z2. Make sure I go up with the right end this time. Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. There we are. Z2. Okay. What's stopping it? Oh. Oh. Okay, Z2. We're up here. Oops. Put it in the right way. There we go. Z2. We're in. We come down. We come through. And we come up this one again. And Z2 is the green one, which goes below Z1. Okay, so motor 4. I could always shorten these, and that's a possibility one day, is that I can cut these and shorten them if we don't need all this length, but I'll just leave them for now. I've gotten pretty adept at crimping those little pins and making these plugs, so I have no problem with that. But if I don't have to, I won't. That's why we have these little channels and speedways to hide all this cabling. But I wish I could have fit a big speedway in the middle, but it just wouldn't work out. Okay, there's Z2, nice and tucked away. So far, the wiring looks clean. Okay, Z3. Oh, I should have started with Z0. That's okay. Okay, the Z3, this guy down here. A little easier to see the plug. There we go, and you're going to come up. We'll just sort of route you through this little guy here, then down underneath, just like that. And we'll bring you up through this one here. Come on. Come on, don't be shy. There you go. Now, Z3 is going to go in the next one. So the third one up. 1, 2, 3, which is motor 5. Interesting. Motor 5. This one's really long. So now I'll bet Z0 is going right up top. Yeah, it figures. Well, let's get Z0 in there before I have to crunch this wire in. So Z0. It is much easier to shorten them there than it is to lengthen them. I agree. Stone Monkey Research. Yes. I'm going to leave them. If I don't have to cut them, I'm not going to. Okay, so for this one, back of my head, forgive, but we're going to go in here like that. We'll come up through here, down behind the motor. I don't even think, I probably don't even need to come into there. Probably just go straight behind the motor. Yeah, right up there. And we'll come up this channel right here. There we go. And this one goes all the way up to motor 2. This one comes up to the top, motor 2. So there's this. So the Z motors are motor 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep. Okay, now let's try and. What else is coming down the middle? I don't know. The AB motors are going to come down the middle, so these are really long. These wires are super long. Okay. You can channel yourself in there. Let's come down through here. There you go. And let's bury this guy. You can come down through here. Come on. There we go. Oh, actually, let's keep it consistent. There we go. Let's keep that a nice consistent look right in there. I mean, the wiring looks pretty so far, but what I'll probably end up doing too is I would like to use these raceways on my rat rig. I may end up rerouting my rat rig wiring and put these in. Although, you know, nobody sees the wiring on the rat rig, but I do. So there we go. There's Z motors wired in. Look at that. That's clean. That's clean so far. Okay. And the AB motors. So AB, let's see. Okay, come on. Let's gotta turn this, get some stuff out of the way. There we go. AB. Okay, so the ABs, that's why these plugs are different. Okay, so the ABs, if I switch to the overhead guy here, there we go. Let's just raise this up a little bit and give a little better view of what I'm looking at here. So there's the A motor. So we're going to come through the bottom here. And this is actually obviously going to eventually run through some chain things. But just for now, we'll have these in place. So one on the left is going to be B. And the one on the right over here is going to be A. There we go. Okay. So we'll just leave these loose. These are going to come a different route, obviously. Okay, there we go. Mobile cam. So AB are the top two. So we are looking at motor 5 and motor 0 and motor 1. Motor 2, I assume, is going to be the extruder. No, shouldn't assume anything like that. But it could, there's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Of course it'll be motor 6, motor 7. Huh. Okay. So we have B on the left. And B is going to be motor 0. Motor 0. These I may have to shorten, although I got to see how these are going to run through the cable chains first, through the chain things, whatever you want to call those things. So we'll just leave that wire up top for now. A is going to be motor 1. Yeah, that's the orange one in the drawing. Like this, motor 1. Let's just pull that through for now. I don't know how much length I'm going to need up top. So we'll just leave that like that for now. Now it's starting to look like messy wiring. I don't like that. Okay. So that's it for the motors, for connecting the steppers. Rear right of gantry. Rear left of gantry. Yep. Motor A, motor B. Motor 1, motor 0. Z0, front left, motor 2, 2. Motor 2, 2. Is that the right one? Motor 2, motor 2, 2, motor 3. Motor 2, 1, motor 2, 2, motor 3. Also, motor 8 is going to be, motor 8 is going to be the extruder. Motor 2, 1 and motor 2, 2 must be if you have dual Z lead screws. Yeah, that's going to be what it is, because those motors need to run in sync. Okay, let's go to the next drawing, and that kind of shows what it should look like. Yeah, except I just don't know. Are those going through? Oh yeah, those are skipping through. So they have motor A and B coming into here, going up here, just kind of skipping in through here, skipping in through there, and then motor B in through here, and just kind of skipping down and through there like that. So there's a lot of wire up top here. So we'll see what we need to do. Maybe we cut that, maybe we don't. Okay, 19 is still hanging out. Thank you so much. Oh, 20. How many likes do I have? I haven't even looked. See if I can continue. 17 likes. I appreciate it. Here, I'll give myself a like. There's 18. Yeah, because I like what I do. Safety third. I just saw that, Dan. That's funny. Extreme 3D printer builds. First we start with hot things, then we move to the sharp things. Lastly, move to the spinny death things. The one different wire is on this part. Oh, which part? I missed that, Zixelter. Oh. I missed that. I didn't see you post that. Okay, the inlet and the CPU. Okay, I need to pull out my wires. It's not that. Where's my wiring kit? Cable kit right here. Okay, we have lots of wires. Ethernet, XN stop, controller RPI, filter extension, LED extension, LED strip. I don't need that one yet. End stop cable, hot end cartridge. Don't need that one yet. Inlet to terminal cable. I think this is the package I need right here. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think this is the package I need right here. So let's see. So for this one, here's what I'm looking at. We have our inlet, and we're going into our terminals here, and then we're going to our PSU. So we have 3 to 3. This is a 4 to 4. 3 to 3. So this is ground neutral left, and this one is labeled as to 24 volt power supply unit. Okay, and these are all ferruled up nicely. So if I do the overhead here, which is over there, but I can actually easily just pull this guy down. And so this is the one that's going to go from the, I'm going to call them, so if I go over here, I'm going to call these things whether they're, I'm just going to call them, that's my terminal block. So from the terminal block to the 24 volt power supply unit, that's what this one's going to be. So this says to 24 PSI, to 24 volt PSI. So that's that one. And then we need to go from the inlet, which is a single, let's see, SSR to SSR. I don't need that one, to SSR. bad ground to controller. And then this one is ground neutral left. This is the one coming from the inlet into the little block. Okay, so okay. I didn't make that easy by putting that in right away, did I? Okay, so if I mobile cam, there we go. So I've got to raise this a little so you can see what I'm doing up here. There we go. So we're going to put some wires from here, from the inlet, into the block here. Okay, so we need. Why are they not showing me which color? All they're showing is pink to the 3, which is fine. But which one on the inlet? Oh man, I shouldn't have put this on yet. Would have been easier because I want to be able to see it. I'm going to pop that off real quick. Just going to pop this guy off, which is fine. It'll be easy to put back on. There we go. Okay. Get those screws out of the way. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now I'm not 100% sure which is which. We know this is the ground. So I know for a fact this is ground. Oops. It helps if I hold it up so the camera can actually see it. Actually, I can lower this down a little bit now. There we go. So I know this one is ground. That's pretty obvious. And now blue and red. Oh, it's just matched the color, blue and red. Red or blue. Yeah, I would have had a hard time pushing these on with that mounted there. And red like that. There we go. So now I can go ahead and put this back on. Okay. There we go. Just like so. There we go. Perfect. And this can tuck. I can kind of tuck in here, but first of all, let's just go ahead and get these terminals put on. And these require a flat bit. So we'll use this little mini driver here for these. And then we have neutral. The color coding is great. You know, you can't mess it up. You got yellow, blue, and red, or brown, right? And boom, boom, boom. So the way they've done these, so yeah, your brown or your red is your live, your neutral, and your ground. So they want these to go to the bottom ones, which is fine. So we'll loosen this off. We'll loosen this off. And we'll loosen this one off. And these are all pre-ferruled, which is perfect. So this guy goes in here. Kind of takes 2 hands, one to hold it in and one to screw it. It's like, how many people does it take to change a light bulb? There we go. And then blue, bottom one. Come on, get in the hole. Oh, got to loosen it a bit more. There we go. Okay, blue, snug, and least but not last, I'm sorry, it is last. Try to make it feel good, is the brown. I call it brown red. It's red, it's brown, it's burgundy. There we go. Okay, that's in. We can tuck this guy in here and give it a little bit of a loop. Maybe. Come on, get through there. There we go. That'll work just like that. Perfect. As an electrician, you can safely say that the real question is how long, not how many. There we go. Those look good. Okay, I like that. I feel good about that. Now we're going to go from the terminal down to the power supply, down to the PSU. And why do they have these so many different lengths? Oh, I see, because the green, red, blue. Okay, kind of see what they've done here. Okay, so we have live, neutral, and ground. And these ones are going to go in the top ones. Ground, neutral, live. Okay. I think it's easier to do the top ones up first. Although I'm going to do it from the bottom up. We're going to do the red one in first. Let's loosen it a bit more. There we go. Red is in. Blue. Oh, the top one, Tim. Top one. I even said it and I didn't do it. Okay, blue. Not that it matters, but... Okay, and neutral. And now the ground. Okay, and then down to here. Ground. Let me switch my bit. This one can do with a proper Phillips to tighten it properly. Neutral. And live. There we go. And they just kind of sit just like that. So far, it's looking not bad, if I do say so myself. Okay, so we've accomplished this step right here. Connect the AC inlet, the terminals, 24-volt power supply, follow the diagram below, okay? And then it should look, the end result should look like the following. And hey, look, okay, can you tell the difference? Look, boom, okay, and then the following, ready? Boom. I dare to say that mine looks better. Okay, checkpoint 1. Okay, here's where we go. Before moving on, we're going to do some checks. We're going to get a multimeter out and we're going to do some checking, which is good. This is now our best friend. Get out of my face, camera. Okay, you're good there. Stay. We're going to check for some continuity. And then we're going to check for some incontinuity. Let's make sure that this is working. Ready? Yep, it's working. Okay, so let's read it. Check that all colors match. Blue wire should only go to blue terminals, red into red, green and yellow into green, yellow, and so on, which I've double checked as I went. And we have red into red, blue into blue, green, red, blue, green. Yes. Let's get back over here. Okay. Use a multimeter to check continuity between all nodes of the same color. They should be shorted. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to check all nodes of the same color. That's shorted. Yes. Yes. This green to this green. Yes. This blue to blue. Yes. Red to red. Yes. I don't have to, I'm not going to check up here because that stuff's all insulated. So far, so good. Okay. Use a multimeter to check continuity between live, neutral, and earth. They should not be shorted with each other. Live, neutral, and earth. So live, neutral are not shorted. Live and earth, live and neutral, earth and neutral, earth and live. Nothing is shorted. Okay. Good. No, this is where we got to definitely check. I agree. So yeah, we're not shorted anywhere here. And I'll even check these terminals. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. And then these ones. Nope. Whereas if I check the same one, the meter is working. Good. Okay. Check that earth on the inlet is shorted with the DIN rails. Okay, earth on the inlet. Okay, so here's the inlet, and let's check a DIN rail. Yep, it is. I don't know if you can hear that, but we have continuity there. I'll check this one, and I'll check this one. Yeah, we're shorted. Won't be shorted with this DIN rail, though, I don't believe, because this DIN rail is not attached to that one. No. Okay. It says shorted with the DIN rails, but it's only shorted with the one DIN rail, and I don't think there was a step I missed where I was supposed to connect the two DIN rails. Sub is on. That Canadian DWIT is on. Others. Huh? Okay. To controller. Okay. Now, so I've got earth is shorted with this one DIN rail, but it's not shorted with this DIN rail because there's nothing connecting this DIN rail to this DIN rail yet. And I don't think that's a big deal at the moment. So, okay. Check again that the power supply voltage input switch is set to the correct value. And it is 115. Wrong chat. Okay, no worries. Whoa, there goes my meter. Don't think I broke it. Let's go there and there. Give me noise. Good. Okay. After checking all the above, plug in the power cable and switch on the inlet. The power supply should turn on and its LED should light up. Okay. Okay, so this is where we're going to actually put some power on and try it. Okay. Okay, I haven't wired. Now, let me double check. I don't think they wanted me to wire the... No, the SSR is not wired yet. Okay, good. Okay. Here we go. Smoke test. Let's back this camera. Let's back this camera up a little bit so you can witness the plug-in. Okay, focus. I think that's focused. There we go. Shouldn't the DIN rails be shorted to one another through the frame? I don't think the frame. Let me double check the frame. The frame is aluminum cast, and the frame does not carry a current. So the frame, I can have these right like that's, and I can put them right here. Frame's not carrying a current, so it won't short through the frame. No, because you can't put a current through aluminum. Well, this low a current that I've ever been aware of. So no, I think the DIN rails would have to purposely be connected to one another to do that. So, okay, well, let's go. We're going to plug in the power. We're going to put in a main. There we are. Okay, and we're going to hit the switch. And we're going to watch for a light, I believe, this green light right here. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. It will when the bed is grounded. Oh, okay. We have a green light. I don't know if you can see it, but we do. If I turn this light out, you'll be able to see that green light. There you go. See the green light right there. And that's what we were looking for. After checking all the above, plug the cable in the end of the power supply should turn on and its LED should light up. And there's no smoke, nothing. Yeah, we're good. We are good. So let's go on to the next step. Power off, plug out. Here we go. It will after the bed is, but when I throw the meter on the frame, Jason, it's not. It should give me a continuity beep like this, but it's not. Huh. Anyways, what do I know? What do I know? Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. When the bed, okay, when I put the bed ground on, because it's going to connect the DIN rails together. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Connecting the 24-volt build plate. Connecting the 24-volt build plate. Not unless you've strapped it. Okay. Okay. Well, we're on to that step now. Connect the bed thermistor to the TB-PF3. Okay. Let's find the build. Here's the build stuff right here. But where does the anyways, we're going to worry about that in a minute. So here's our build plate wires right here. I feel like this one window is impeding, but I don't want to move that too far away. I think that's a good view. Okay, connect the bed thermistor to TB-FP3 connector and the Octopus controller board. Okay, bed thermistor is going to that one right. Let me just see. There's the board right there. So the bed thermistor is this little red one. And it is going that one right here. Right. Come on. Right here. There we go. Okay. Connect the bed ground cable to a earth yellow green in the terminal. So the bed ground is going to an earth. So the bed ground is the neutral. No, hang on a minute. There's my bed ground cable right here. Bed ground. The bed ground is not hooked up to the bed. Where I think, okay, I think I missed something here earlier on because I didn't push this out, but I've got the bed ground cable right here. This end obviously needs to get to the bed somehow. Did I miss a step a long time ago and this should have gone on the bed before I put the bed on? Let me see. Is there a screw terminal on the bed? Possibly right there. Oh, wonderful. You just laughed a little. I have a feeling that I should have put that bed ground wire on in an earlier stage. How did I miss that? I have to, let me look. Let me go way back up. That's okay. I did. Protective. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Not a big deal. Okay, I can always, let's see. I wonder if I can do that now. The bed can still come off easy enough. And for the next show, I'll be rebuilding the bed. No. Because fortunately, the bed can come off quite easy right now. But I may be able to just get a wrench in there. Let's see. Here, I'll share my pain. I'll share my pain. There's the bed, right there, right in front of my finger is a screw I need to get off. Put that ground terminal on right there. So let's just see. Another was asking whom to raid. Oh. So here, I got it loose. I got it loose. Yeah. Now, did the washer go? See, you can see right there. I've loosened it right in front of my thumb, right there. It's loose. Now, did the washer go? But there's a brass thing in there. So let's go down to where the bed part was. Terminal, bed, ring terminal. Okay, so it's just got to go in between the washer and that screw. No problem. Now, I could always... I was going to say, I could always cut a slot in this and just slot it on and tighten it, but I don't want to cheat. So if I can get this off and then maybe get it on, let's see, there we go. I got that off. Okay. So we have the little screw off. Okay, and we'll take the little washer. We'll put the screw here. We'll put the washer on. Now we will attempt. This is going to be the tricky part, but I'm up for it. All I need to do is get that started. And I did. See, it's not that difficult. Now, if I put this through the hole like that, now I just need to snug this up. Fortunately, there's enough room under the bed that I can fit the hex key in. And I can tighten this up. Okay. One more turn ought to do it. Okay, 2 more turns. Just got to get that hex key in a nice spot here. There we go. There we go, people. Peoples. Disaster averted. Got it. Thanks, Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Thank you very much. Another midweek special was coming. Nah, we got it. So we got the bed neutral done. No problem. Okay, so let's get back to it. These are why I do the videos. People are going to watch this and get, I'm not going to forget that part. I'm not that dumb. So that's okay. Why is this thing falling apart? Okay. Okay, bed neutral in there. Done. Okay. Bed heat. Okay, so let's just make sure I do this right. Oh, that was a bad ground. Sorry. Connect the bed neutral to the heat pad of the heat pad to the neutral blue in the UN. The bed heat pad to the neutral blue. Okay, so neutral, bed neutral to the neutral blue. Okay, so we have neutral blue. So this goes, we loosen this one off, and the bed neutral goes into here. There, okay. So we can pop this down through here and get this tidied up in here. Kind of like that. For now, there we go. Okay. Connect the bed live to the heat pad to load 1 on the SSR. Load 1. So load 1 is this. So let's take this cap off. Okay. Load 1. So for that, I need a Phillips. Load 1. Let's loosen that off. Come on. Oh, I need a bigger Phillips. We'll pull out the big guy. Okay, so this, the bed live right here. We can come up through here, over through here. Let's connect this to load 1. Okay. Okay. You can come up. You can sneak in the back there. And you can kind of hide right in there. There we go. Okay. Connect load 2 on the SSR to live red. Okay, load 2 to live red. I believe this one here. Live red. That's this little cable here. So we'll take the top live red. We'll pop this in. Okay. And then we're going to put this to load 2 on a solid state relay. Load 2. Okay, there we go. So that kind of just sits kind of just like that. Okay. Okay. Connect bed out, positive, and terminals on the Octopus 3+4 terminals to the SSR input. Note that the SSR end of the cable has a larger fork connectors. Okay. So controller 24, that's not this one, no, this one's here. Okay, SS, so we have this plug here. So we have to the SSR, SSR SIG. So it says, note that the SSR end of the cable has larger fork connectors, which is this one. So these are going to the main board. And these are going Octopus 3+ and 4-. So we open this, 3+. Actually, 4 is plus and 3 is minus, according to the yellows here. So we have a plus, 4 is plus, and 3 is minus. That's interesting. So plus, 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 plus. Yeah. Okay, 3 and 4. So on this one, that is, will this one fit this 3 and 4? They just mixed it up. 3 is minus and 4 is plus, according to the painted here and according to the picture. So yeah, it kind of has these backwards. Got to loosen this off a little more. Okay, so that's the plus. That's the minus. So the instructions are just a little off. 4 is plus, 3 is minus. Okay, and then this goes into the terminals of the SSR input. 4 and 3. So it's got to be opposite, because this is going to be, this is minus and this is 3. Oh, because 3 is plus on here, but on here, number 3 is minus. Okay, I don't think that matters. I think that's a kind of a moot point. The fact is, as long as I get the plus and minus terminals correct, that's what really matters. Okay, So plus is on this side. Let's move this back a bit. There we go. Plus is right here. And this is minus. Yeah, double and triple check. Yeah, I will. On the board, let's see. On the board itself, actually, let me look up a. That's a good point there, Zenbender. Let me just find a pinout of the octopus. Let me just Google it. I'll find. Let me just make sure. There it is there, pinout. Okay. So right there, oh, go away, ad. I don't want you. Why are you there? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 is minus, 4 is plus. So there's a voltage minus, voltage plus. Bed out. See, that's not even, okay, hang on a second here. Okay, you know what? They were just referring to, I got them in the wrong spot. They were just referring to the SSR for the 3 plus and 4 minus. And I think I just read that wrong. I got these in the wrong spot anyways. I got them in the wrong spot. That's okay. I caught it. And I'm glad you said that. You're right. Good to double and triple check everything. So here we go. Okay. I had them in the wrong spot. That's number 7 and 8. See, they refer to it as on the octopus 3 and 4. Well, these aren't even really, yet they indicate it's going to 7 and 8. Double, triple checking. You are so right. That just saved me a headache. There we go. So I would move that line. I would, oh, I just read it wrong. I just read it wrong. That's okay. It's my idiocracy that I just read it wrong. Okay, no big deal. Come on. There we go. Okay. Disaster averted. I should have brought this. Yeah, I've seen red fans definitely become different. So this was my bad. I just misread something here. I would have learned the hard way what I had done. Okay, so put that back in there for the thermistor. I'm just trying to neaten these wires up a little bit here. Okay, some of these wires are a bit long, but that's okay. Okay. Connect the connect the plus terminals of bed power and motor power in the octopus to 3 plus terminals. Connect the plus terminals of bed power and motor power. bed power, power, and motor power. That's this cable here, I believe. In the octopus to 3 plus terminals of the power supply. Connect the minus terminal of power in the octopus to one of the terminals on the power supply. Okay. So this goes to the power supply. So we have 3 pluses and a minus. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. So we have 3 pluses on the end here. Okay, and then we have a minus, which I can go right next to it, although they skip one for some reason. So they do 3 pluses, skip one, and then they go to this minus. We'll just follow the picture exactly. So plus, plus. Let's get in the right spot there. Get in behind. Plus. Okay. Okay, let's get those two done since they're cooperating. Plus. 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 And minus. Okay. And then we're going over to plus, 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 and the minus in the middle. Okay. So this one, this minus, this plus, and this plus. Oops. Oops. This minus. This negative. CT wiring is different due to the different tool head board. Oh, okay. Yes, that makes sense too. So this is going to kind of feed. We'll worry about the wire feeding after. Okay. Are these going to fit? Are we going to fit? We got to fit. They got to be the right length. Oh, that's a tight stretch. It's a stretch. Plus. Plus. Come on. Plus. And minus. These ones got to go down a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Okay. Just make sure that this isn't interfering with this breakout board. something like that. Huh. Okay, if in doubt, checking a high resolution images here and here. The octopus pinout can be found here. Yeah. Now we know. Here. Yeah, there we go. High resolution. We're good. We're good. Okay. Oh, they have the thermistor coming around. That's why. Let me just, oh, sure. You just tuck that all in there out of the way of this. I'm just going to reroute this bed thermistor wire. It's getting crowded in that middle channel. We're going to reroute the bed thermistor wire up here, over here. We'll come down through here. And in here. Yeah, we'll just route that bed thermistor wire there. And then we can shove this guy back in there. It ain't pretty, but it works. Once you start adding all the wires in, it kind of messes things up a little bit. Okay, where are we at? 7:30, another half hour. Cool. I need a drink. I haven't gone through a lot of water. Okay. Oh. So it should look something like that. Well, theirs looks a little prettier as far as this piece goes, but that's okay. I think we're okay as long as we're not bending anything, we're not crimping anything, we're not impeding with this board. I think we're okay. I think we're looking okay so far. Connecting the toolhead breakout cables, part 1. Here we go. This is where I believe I need to... so here's a tool head. Oh, I see. We're just going to connect the tool head from here to the main board. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Up at the hot end, I believe I have to rewire some cables. And this is the breakout cable. We have the breakout cable pack right here. Yeah, that's what you're just saying there, ASXL to the CT wiring. So these are from the breakout board to the main board. So these should be okay. Okay, so let's just kind of get these all separated. So I know what we have: hot end fan, and we have part fan. And this little longer one is ABL Z probe. And then we have chamber thermistor. Okay. Make sure they're all here. Yes. YN stop. they shorted YN stop and says yes. I was gonna say yes. Okay. Was one say no? Thermistor, hot end thermistor. XN stop. And then we have the hot end. And then we have the E-stepper, the stepper motor. Okay, cool. Okay. So actually, let me put I think we're done on here, so we'll put the cover back on the SSR. I think that's all done. Okay. So here, according to the picture, so now we need to... How do I get this bigger? The end result should look like this. Is there a bigger picture of it? Oh, that's pretty helpful, cutting it off. The end result should look like this, and I get half a picture. Come on. Seriously? Oh, here we go. There we go. That's kind of what I want to look at. It's just a big picture. Okay, so we keep that in mind. Connect the 4-pin XY end stop cable to the 4-pin connector labeled ground XY VIN on the breakout PCB. Okay. XY end stop cable. Okay, XY end stop. That's why they're a little longer. Z probe, thermistor, where'd they go? Y end stop, and where's the X? X end stop. So these have got to keep them separated. Yeah. Okay, so the XY end stop on this guy here. I need a bigger diagram of this. I can hardly see that writing. Let's see. Wonder if it gives me a better idea. Let's just see. That's no better. That's no better. Let's just see if I can. There's got to be a pinout diagram of that little board somewhere. I'm having trouble seeing that. Although it's showing up there, the XY end stop right here. That doesn't make sense. Okay, bear with me for a second. Where's the other one? XY end stop cable. Here we go. It's in here. I was looking for a 4-pin cable and it's in here. It's not this. I just have to open a different package here. XY end stop right here. Okay, here we go. I got it. Oh, Zixelter. Let's see that link you just put there, where that takes me to. Let's see. 404 error. 404 error. Weird. Page not found. No, that's okay. Okay, so. Okay, so this is going to plug into here. Okay, and this is going to end up going up through here. This is going to go up that chain doomer thingy. Cable chain. There we go. Okay. That's fair enough. That's good. And then this other massive thing is what's going to plug in from here right up through. I think I'll just save that for now. This is what's going to connect the breakout boards. So I'm just going to keep that aside for now. No sense getting into that kind of a mess. Okay, so we have the hot end thermistor extruder motor. Let's do that one. That one's easy. Extruder motor, E-stepper. Okay. And this is going to the last one on the board, or the second last one on the board. So this is going to go from here This is going to come up here and go into here, right there. Okay. Okay, there's the extruder motor. What's the green one? Chamber thermistor. Let's do the hot end thermistor first. Hot end thermistor. Look at that, right there. No worries. So hot end thermistor plugs are exactly the same on both ends. Hot end thermistor is going below the bed thermistor. So you're going there, and you're going to come out, and you're going to come up and over, and you're going into the second one over, right there. Okay. Okay. Let's try that link. There we go. That's a better link. Okay, cool. I can reference that. Thank you. That did it. That was good. You see wiring, OC. Yes, you do. Okay, the pink one. Oh, no, the green one is a chamber thermistor, which I believe is this one. No, that's ABL. Chamber thermistor. Where did you go? Chamber, CT. Chamber thermistor. And that goes right beside the hot end thermistor, which is right here. Okay, and that we can come down here. And on the board, that goes right below the hot end thermistor. Look at all the thermistors are just lining up in a row here. There we go. You guys can all share the same hole. Okay, cool. So far, so good. It just keeps wanting to roll. I want it to stay still. There we go. So you guys can kind of see what's being built here. There we go. Okay. Extruder motor, we got that. The end result should look like blah. Okay. That's it so far? That's it? Well, what about, no. Okay, hang on. Not used, not used, not used. Okay. So we got those ones done. The end result should look like this. Okay. Part 2. There we go. Pay special attention to polarity connection of the hot end part fan and hot end part fan and hot end fan cables. Also double check the cables for any mistakes. They do occur from time to time. Any mistake here can cause short circuit on the 24-volt power supply. The Z probe cable has the same 3-pin JST XT connectors on both ends, but has a different pin out. Follow the table carefully and pay attention to the labels on the cable. Okay. So Z probe, I'm assuming, is going to be the clicky as well. So let's find the Z probe one here. Okay. Which I believe is right here. So Z probe, so the ends are the same, but they're pinned differently. So we have black. Okay, yeah, we have black and white and black. Okay, so let's, okay, the Z probe cable has the same 3-pin JST connectors on both ends, but has a different pin out. Follow the table carefully. Okay, so on the table, controller, diag 7 PG15. Okay, I think I need to look for the pinout on the board. Huh. Okay. Did I change the JSTs on the hot end wiring to the small? Not yet. No, I haven't done that yet. That requires special eye care, and I will get to that. Okay, here we go. I want to make sure. No, that's not where I want to see. I'm trying to make sure I get this. Anyways, let's go to that one after, because the other ones are not so difficult. The Y end stop is the blue. Okay, so the Y end stop. Where's my Y end stop here? X end stop and Y end stop. So Y end stop on the board is the blue, and it goes to the second one down in the bank of 4 on the right. Second one down. Okay, hang on 1 second here. And it goes right there. Y end stop. And what the heck? The X end stop is orange, and it's just above it. X end stop, it's just above it, right here. Okay. And X and Y end stop. Let's see that diagram you just sent me. Oh, that's upside down now. I gotta look at that upside down. X end stop, Y end stop. So the X is the one towards the middle of the board. And the Y is near the top, X and Y. So these two here. Okay. Let me just cheat. Okay, where's X? X is the orange, which is above below the blue. Boom and boom. Sorry, guys, just my eyes. Okay. Okay, Y end stop is the top, X is the second one. So X is right here, and Y is the top one. Right here. There we go. Got that. Okay. Oh, just really hard to see. Yeah, it's very tiny. I don't think I'll live stream doing those pins because hopefully they're spares, because it's going to take a little bit of practice. Not practice, but you know what I mean. Okay, X and Y end stop. So let's kind of tuck you guys in here. Bring you down. And you can come in here like that. Okay. Hot end heat, which is this guy. Oh, we got some shorter cables for up top. And we got some shorter cables for up top. Hot end right here. Hot end is this one and this one. Oh, that's pretty well labeled. HE0 is where we're going with the hot end heat. Okay. So and they're marked very clearly positive and minus with a nicely painted terminals. Plus it's very easy to read on this. Why do I keep missing the ferrules in this? There we go. I didn't open it wide enough. There we go. Now we're pinching it. There we go. Okay, in the hole, in the hole. There we go. You guys can go down there. And you are going, I believe it's the one that's on the side. Let's just make sure. Red, hot end heat. Yes. I'm just going to double check the diagram. And that's the HE right beside all those fancy little doomer thingies. Yep. So you are going right there. Okay, so we can tuck you in. Hence why I wanted to go with a wider channel here with the bigger ones, the bigger speedway. Because there's a lot of wires just kind of hanging out here. Okay, hot end heat and hot end fan. We're kind of the pinkyish purple. Hot end fan. This is where we got to pay attention to polarity. Although the plug should be plugged hopefully properly, but we're going to positive, positive. Okay. Hot end fan is going on beside, I believe that's the third one in. Let me just double check. Okay, it's going beside. What's the green one's the part fan. Purple's the hot end fan. Okay, and the positive, the 5 volt is the one closest to the big plug, and seems opposite on this one. Hang on. And let's see the part fan. Part fan. This looks like it's wired backwards according to the drawing. 5 volt. So, let's see. So according to this, now I could be paranoid. According to this drawing right there, let's do this. So there's the part cooling fan. There's the hot end fan. According to this, there's the 5 volt, which is going to be your live, which should be the red, I would think. But the way the plug is set, so the way this plug is set, if I bring this little camera over here, like so. Okay. So this is going to plug in this way. Now, the way this is wired versus that diagram you see above, this would plug into that this way, meaning that where it says 5 volts is going to be the black wire. So I'm not sure. So this is the part cooling fan, which is the end one right here. So the black wire is to the right. Red is usually the positive. But on the board, let's just see where we are on the board. Let's put this back in here. Your 5 volt was backwards on the breakout board as well. Okay, interesting. I don't want, stop it. I don't like these ads. Where are they coming from? Oh, I have to play the ad in order to view this part? Come on. It's ridiculous. Okay, meantime, I'm going to go back and look at this. Oh, did I just close my... No, it's right here. There it is. So the part cooling fan is going to be the top one on here, right below the power supplies. I just want to make sure that it's actually going to be... Okay, come on. Okay, close. Good. So right here we have... There's fan 0. Okay, I'm done with this site for the breakout board. I want to look at the other one. I'll go back up here. Where were we up here? Right here. Trying to find the... there's a link to the breakout board. I want to find a pinout for that board somewhere. Trying to find where the... trying to find on the board which one's positive. In other words, trying to find out on here which side is positive on the 5 volt, which side is negative for the fan. I just want to make sure I don't get those polarities wrong. So okay, that's the breakout PCB. See, but they're seeing this picture too. They're showing the black, and this is on GitHub. They're showing the black on the right-hand side as well, on both the hot end and the part cooling fan. So, interesting. And the controller. Okay, on the controller. Okay, so let me look at that. Where did I put those wires? Where did I put them? Right here. So on the controller, if we plug it in that way, so that is going in the right way. So it's wired, apparently it's wired, according to this, it's wired properly. But according to the other diagram, it's not. So I think we're going to go with these. If it's wired properly to these diagrams I'm finding on GitHub, I'm going to trust these. So we have the positive on the right, negative on the left. That's on the main board, and on the breakout, on there we have the positive on the left and the negative on the right. Okay, we're going to go with that. Let's go with that. Okay, let's just to move on. So we have the part cooling fan and the hot end fan. So part cooling fan's right here. Okay, and hot end fan right here. And it was the same for the hot end fan. Right beside it. There we go. So part cooling fan was the top one. And the hot end fan was right below it on here. So this one and this one. Sometimes I spend too much time overthinking things, which I guess is okay, but yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. moving along. Z probe. Okay, now we're going to put the probe on. So let's just see. I want to see which end went on. So we're going to again look at this breakout PCB. So the ABL went on that one. So we have, we're on the left. So we have white on the right, black on the left. So that's this end is going in the board. Okay. So that means up here, ABL. Yep. So this is going in here like that. And then on the controller, whoops, there we go. Probe is down at the very bottom. It is going right there. That's above. Yeah. Okay, good. These close-up things really help. Okay. And tuck you in, bring you out. There we go. Okay. I have a tendency to overthink sometimes, so we're okay. So there we are so far. And we're almost at our quitting time anyways, 8 o'clock. Okay. Once you've connected everything between the breakout board and Octopus, check the wiring. Specifically use a multimeter and check 24-volt ground and 5-volt ground are not shorted. Mistakes in the cables or wiring can cause a short, which can result in damage to the PCBs. Of course they can. The result is below. You can also check the close-up breakout of the PCB and controllers. Okay, I'm going to double check those, and then we're going to do checkpoint 2, and we're going to do these checkpoints, but I think we're going to leave these for now. We've come a long way. Okay. I'm going to throw a few wires back in a bag here. Phew. Made some okay progress, I think. I overthink a little bit at the end there, but I'd rather overthink than make an error that's going to cause some damage, right? So that's just me. Maybe what I'll do is pop on live one evening this week, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock-ish, and go over the checkpoints. We'll do all the multimetering and checkpointing from here. Yeah, and we'll make sure that everything's good. But I think overall, I think it's we made some good progress tonight for this stream. We got, I'd say, 90% of the wiring done. I'm not going to plug it in and try anything out right now until I do all these checkpoint tests. But you figure once the covers are on these guys, it's going to look pretty cool. It's not that bad. It's a pretty decent wiring job so far. Still got to connect up the Pi to this and yada, yada, yada. So very cool. Same with a 5-volt power supply. Without any 24-volt wires hooked to the 24-volt power, did you power it up and check the voltage? Yes. No. I powered it up, but I didn't check the voltage coming out, actually. I guess I should have. The 5-volt power supply I'm not putting in. I'm going according to the LDO instructions, and they're powering the Pi off of the main board. There's a power plug on the main board. I believe it is this one right here. Right. They're powering the Pi through here, through this USB. Is going to go into the Pi via this one, and that's what this cable, that's, I believe, what this cable right here is for. There's two different methods of powering it through the board, and I just have to check and see which way they're doing it on this build. Yeah, I should do that too. What I should do is take apart. Let's see. All I need to do is actually, when I will check it, I'll just pop these wires off here. I'll just pop these that go to the control board off, and I'll just double check the voltage here before I connect this again and power it up to the control board. I don't want to blow the control board. So that's a good point. They didn't say to do that, but that's a good idea to do that. I know there's an adjuster right here to check, to adjust the voltage if I'm not getting 24 out. So I will do that. I'll pop these off. We'll power it up and we'll check this before we send any power into the rest of the system. So yeah, that's a good step probably to add into the manual, maybe to as a double check. So good point there, Zen. Yeah, I have the 5-volt power supply, but don't need to use it according to the LDO instructions. I don't know. I not really anywhere to fit it now, but yeah, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So anyways, thank you everybody. 12 of you hung in there, and it looks like we have 26 likes on the YouTube. So that's good. Awesome. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. We're at our 3 hours, and we got some good progress done on this guy tonight. So I'm quite happy with that. Lots of wiring to go yet. I still got to build the print head. So I think I will, as Excelter said, I have to rewire all the plugs that are going into this breakout board on the print head here on the Clockwork 2. So, and those are little, I mean, we're speaking tiny, tiny little pins to crimp. And yeah, those could be fun. Those are going to require me to wear my little magnifying helmet thing. So anyways, but thank you everybody. You trust the Meanwell 5-volt before any Chinese mainboard MOSFETs. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And these are, that's a Meanwell supply, but still better to double check it. I don't want to blow a expensive mainboard over for, you know, lazying out on one of those steps. So anyways, we're good. Thank you so much everybody for watching. I will be again continuing this next Sunday. We're getting into the home stretch, I hope, on this. We've been doing pretty good so far. There's a little bit of work left on it, but as I say, we're on the downhill portion of the build. So it's been going really great so far. So which camera am I on? I'm on this one. I should come on this one because that's frozen. Whatever. That camera tends to freeze up on me sometimes. So anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed it. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the watch. Thank you for the subscribes. And thank you for the follows. And I will catch you guys next Sunday and possibly during the week. Keep an eye out. I may stream during the week and you can watch my struggles as I try and maybe connect up these little connectors here. So we'll see what happens. But for now, we'll talk to you guys later and have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye for now.